Okay, so question 1 here, it says write down the double angle identities for sine 2a, right? So you can see double angle there, right? 2a is double of a, and in questions you'll see things like sine 2x, okay, or 2 theta, right? They don't necessarily use a, they'll use x or theta and so on. And what we've got to do, when we've got double angles, we need to turn to page 4 in the formula booklet, all right? And about halfway down, you've got these trig identities here, okay? And these are really important for compound angles. In other words, when we're putting like two angles together, all right? Now, in this case here, so for the first one here, sine 2a, this top formula is important, right? So let me write it down here. So we've got sine a plus or minus b equals sine a cos b plus or minus cos a sine b. Okay? Now, to get sine 2a, all right, we can think about replacing that b with the letter a, all right? So in other words, I could write sine 2a as sine a plus a, if you think about it. Okay? So sine 2a, right? Instead of calling it 2a, I can think of it as a plus a, which of course is 2a. So of course my a is what we've got in this formula, but then this b here, I'm just changing for the letter a, all right? And notice I've chosen the plus sign here, which is on the top as well. Okay, so in my formula then, from the formula booklet, I've got sine a, so I'll write down. Then it says cos b, yeah? Cos b, but remember my b became a, didn't it? I've changed this to become a, all right? So that'll be cos a, okay? So we change the letter b to be a. Now in terms of what sign we take, well, let's think about what sign we had to take here so that this is 2a. Well, it had to be a plus, didn't it? You have to add the a's. So if I chose a plus, I'm choosing the top sign here, which means I choose the top sign there. So that would be plus as well. And then cos a, and of course then sine, and remember then b becomes a. So notice what I've got. Sine a, cos a, plus cos a, sine a. They're actually the same, aren't they? Okay, you know, if you want, we can just keep the first one as it is, but you could swap them around. It doesn't matter what order you multiply in. So you could say sine a, cos a. All right, swap them around. And you realize then I've got two of them, sine a, cos a, two of them. So we can write this then as 2 sine a, cos a. Okay, which is the result for sine 2a. All right, so I'll write that there. So sine 2a is 2 sine a, cos a, and I'll put that on my sheet here. Now, ideally, you'll just remember that result in the exam. Okay, you'll just memorize it, so you can write it down straight away. But if you forget it, if you forget that result, you can always work it out. Okay, you can work it out yourself in the exam just by going to page 4 in the formula booklet, writing this down and changing the b for a letter a, and then it just comes out as we can see here, and you can see you've got two lots of sine a, cos a, and there's the result.